Hey friends, I'm Emily and this is No Expert. Burger season is upon us, so I thought it would be a great time to revisit a simple burger that you may have seen me fork up a few years ago.
This looks disgusting. Oh no, that's worse.
I'm going to talk about that burger, how I make a better burger now, what the differences are, and we'll taste them side by side to keep me honest. Sound good? Great. Let's get cooking. I'm going to start with my simpler, cheaper burger, and then we'll move on to the more fancified one that I would make today. This simple burger is made with store-bought ground beef of the miscellaneous variety, regular sesame buns, American cheese, store-bought condiments, and just some sliced regular old tomato, onion, lettuce, and pre-made pickles. Just sort of some simple, generally unaltered accoutrement, so to speak. To form the patties, I'm adding breadcrumbs and Worcestershire sauce, salt, and pepper into the mix. Don't worry, we'll talk about this in a minute. I'm making the patties sort of hockey puck shaped, cooking them in a combo of butter and oil on a nonstick pan, adding my American cheese at the end to melt, and toasting my sesame seed buns. To assemble it, I have my buns at the ready, and I'm adding ketchup, then my burger with my cheese, lettuce, mustard and mayo, a couple pieces of raw onion, store-bought pickles, and a slice of tomato. And you get a final burger that looks like this. Which is cute, right? None of this is explicitly wrong. If you make this burger, you will have a perfectly edible, totally safe, even delicious burger. You might even save some time and money. But I think we can do better. So to take this classic burger to the next level, we're going to use better beef, better buns, better accoutrement, better tools, and better techniques. It'll take a little bit more time and money, but not by all that much. Let's start with the patty. I'm using a nicer grass-fed beef that gives me a lot more information about what's in it. Because I'm using this nicer meat, check that out, I'm skipping the breadcrumbs and Worcestershire sauce. See, those are classic 80s dad moves used to extend the amount of meat you have, create a little more flavor and a more tender texture from lower quality meat, or meat that you've frozen and thawed. We don't need that here. This meat is great just the way it is. Instead of the puck, I'm creating a sort of crater-shaped patty to allow for how the meat will expand a little while I cook it. And I'm seasoning the formed patty generously with salt and pepper on both sides and around the edges before I cook it, rather than mixing the seasonings in. We're going to cook this burger in a cast iron pan using a neutral oil. This will give a better sear and doesn't use butter, which can burn at higher heats. I'm adding a sharp cheddar on top, which is a teensy bit more expensive, but will add a nice tang and funk to my burger. Before we talk about assembly, we're going to rewind in time a little to talk about some things I've homemade. The first is a homemade quick dill pickle. I've sliced a cucumber and made a mix of water, white vinegar, salt, and sugar that I heated together to combine. I'm putting these in a container along with dill, coriander seeds, a garlic clove, and a dried chili pepper for flavor. Then I'm popping the whole shebang in the fridge for a couple hours. By slicing the cucumbers thin and making a potent pickling liquid, I give them a better chance of being flavorful by the time I need them for dinner, although of course they're even better a few days down the line. Second, I'm making a homemade garlic mayo. I'm whisking together an egg yolk with lemon juice, mustard, salt, and cold water, then slowly streaming in a neutral oil until I get an emulsification. To make it garlic, I'll stir in 2 finely minced garlic cloves, a little olive oil, some additional salt and lemon juice, and a bit of fresh cracked pepper. Mayo-y. Now, back to my burger. While I cook the burger, I'm going to pan toast my brioche buns with butter, bake some bacon, and give my onion slices a quick cook in the cast iron. Cooked onions, adding bacon, homemade mayo, homemade pickles. Of course, you don't have to do all these things, but these are the kinds of little things you can do without a ton of extra cash and only a little extra time to make a more delicious burger. To assemble, I'm putting garlic mayo on both sides, then burger, cheese, crispy bacon, red leaf lettuce, tomato, with a little seasoning on that tomato, cooked onion, and my homemade pickles. And we bring that thing together and woo! Hello! Hubba hubba! Alright, and here they are, 2 finished burgers side by side. You can see this is the simpler, slightly cheaper option, and this is the slightly more expensive, slightly fancier, slightly more labor-intensive version. I think this one's got a lot going on for it, but I'm really excited to try them side by side and see. All right, big knife. To make sure I have a neutral opinion, here's my husband Dan.
Someone making burgers?
Yeah. All right, so we have the original classic burger, which is more of a medium. It's got the breadcrumbs in it, so it's got a slightly different texture. We're gonna see how that plays out.
Let's dance.
Burger cheers. I mean, it's a good burger.
Everything complements really well.
Mm-hmm.
Crunch from the lettuce. Goopiness from the cheese. The mayo tastes really familiar. It's like a Big Mac.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a very familiar taste. There's nothing in here that would be shocking to the senses. Yeah, that's a good burger. Moist, tender. I mean, I'd eat that any day.
Me too.
All right, and here we have burger number 2. As you can see, we went for more of a medium rare on this one. It's still like, it's pink, but it's not like mooing, you know? Yeah.
The meat quality difference is obvious.
Yeah.
I also think the quick pickle really worked out.
Right?
The bacon and the lettuce are crunchy here.
It also tastes less like fast food. And I think also the cheese has like a lot more flavor to it. Like I think overall, both are very edible, like tasty, you know, like would never complain burgers, but this one just has like a lot more like notes on the flavor scale. You know what I mean?
I had to make a conscious decision not to eat all of this in 30 seconds.
Understood. Thank you, Dan. While the first burger tastes perfectly fine, the second one, it really sings. It's almost like seeing more vibrant colors. There's just so many more notes of flavor in there. And all it takes is a little extra cash and a little extra time. I would say worth it. We're not talking $100. We're talking 5 or 6. Maybe 10, depending on how much bacon is. And whether you want to count it by portion or total grocery bill. You get the idea. All right, those are my hamburgers. Thanks so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to give it a like and subscribe if you're so inclined. I hope you have a very excellent grilling season, and I'll catch up with you later. Okay, bye-bye. Now that's a burger. Now that's a burger. Now that's a burger.
Burger!
Burger? That now!